Hey everyone, it's 2 a.m. The world is silent, but inside your head, a war is raging. You're replaying a conversation from 3 days ago, agonizing over one sentence. Or maybe you're projecting 5 years into the future, building disasters out of problems that don't even exist yet. Does this sound familiar? You've been conditioned to believe that overthinking is a form of preparation, that if you just worry enough, you can protect yourself. But overthinking isn't preparation. It's a slow, quiet poison. And nothing changes if nothing changes. Today, we're going to use 7 ancient Stoic habits to silence that noise and regain control. These aren't just ideas, they are battle-tested protocols to help you reclaim your mind. Stick with me until the end, because the 7th habit is the one that actually turns your anxiety into power. 2,000 years ago, the Stoics lived in a world of plagues, wars, and chaos, yet they moved with an unshakable calm. Why? Because they possessed a superior mental architecture. They understood that you cannot control the storm outside, but your mind is a sovereign territory. And here's where it gets really interesting. The Stoics didn't have easier lives than us, they just had better habits. If you're tired of being a prisoner to your own thoughts, start today. Seal your commitment right now by typing, "I am the master of my mind" in the comments. Let's build your inner citadel. Habit 1 is the foundation, the dichotomy of control. Most of your anxiety comes from a misallocation of energy. You're trying to hold the ocean back with your bare hands. You worry about the economy or what your boss thinks of you. Epictetus taught us to draw a hard line in the sand. Whenever you start to spiral, ask, "Is this within my direct control?" If the answer is no, you must drop it. It is dead weight. You control your effort and your response. That is your entire kingdom. Command it fiercely and leave the rest to fate. Habit 2 sounds counterintuitive, negative visualization. We're told to think positive, but avoiding your fears only makes them grow in the dark. Overthinking is just your brain trying to avoid a monster it hasn't actually looked at. The Stoics did the opposite. They stared the monster in the eye. If you're worried about a project failing, don't run. Mentally walk through the failure. What happens? You lose some money. You look foolish for a day. You realize you are still breathing. You realize you can rebuild. When you accept the worst in advance, you strip the unknown of its power. You become untouchable. Habit 3 is strip the adjectives. We suffer more in imagination than in reality because of the stories we tell ourselves. You get a vague email from your boss, and your mind turns into a horror movie director. You add a soundtrack of doom. You say, "I'm a failure, I'm going to be fired." Marcus Aurelius practiced looking at the world as raw data. A late-night email isn't scary, it's just a notification. Separate the raw facts from your dramatic fiction. When you look at unvarnished reality, it is almost always manageable. I observe the facts, I reject the fiction. We're halfway through. If these habits are already shifting your perspective, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community of people who choose discipline over anxiety. Now, let's move into the habit that saves your time. Habit 4, the amputation of time. Your mind is a time traveler. It drifts into the shame of the past or races into the phantoms of the future. While your mind is wandering through timelines that don't exist, your actual life is slipping away. The Stoics practiced the daily amputation. The past is a tomb. Let it stay buried. The future is an illusion. You only ever have to survive a single moment, the one you are in right now. When you catch your mind spiraling, snap your attention back to your physical senses. What is the task directly in front of you? Do that and nothing else. Habit 5, the view from above. Overthinking happens when we're too close to the problem. We start to believe our small stress is the center of the universe. Marcus Aurelius would mentally zoom out. He'd look at his problems from the clouds, then from the stars. In the grand timeline of the universe, your embarrassing moment from last week is a microscopic speck. This isn't about feeling insignificant, it's about gaining perspective. Zoom out until your problems look as small as they actually are. Habit 6 might be the most powerful. Amor fati. It means a love of fate. Most people tolerate what happens to them. The Stoics loved it. If something goes wrong, don't ask, why did this happen to me? Ask, how can I use this? If you are stuck in traffic, use it to practice patience. If you lose a job, use it to practice reinvention. When you decide that everything that happens is exactly what you needed, overthinking becomes impossible. You stop fighting the world and start using it as fuel. Finally, habit 7, physical transmutation. Overthinking is just trapped energy. You are sitting still while your brain is running a marathon. This misalignment is what creates the pressure of anxiety. You cannot always outthink an overthinking mind. You must outact it. When the spiral starts, drop and do 20 push-ups. Take a cold shower. Go for a run until you're too tired to worry. Start small. Start simple. But start today. Drag your consciousness out of the clouds and slam it back into the reality of your body. Action is the great cleanser. The philosophy is laid out. The weapons are in your hands. But remember, nothing changes